Hello everyone, I'm back with episode 3 of the experimentals. Today you would be learning how to create this. I would say it is quite a lot sci-fi structure of image hover effect. Just see it yourself. I can't describe it in multiple words. As you can see, it looks like a simple yet designed black colored box. But when you hover over it, it is an image hover system. I know it doesn't look that impressive in this condition, but whenever using it in a website that has a little bit sci-fi aspect, at that time it would look super cool. So let's begin. I'll just close the code, save, and now let's first go for experiment 3, as it is the third episode of the experimental series. And I would write index3.html and style3.css. And now let's close the sidebar. Wait, we need the sidebar. You'll know in a minute why I'm saying so. So that's as always boilerplate link, and we have to obviously link the CSS file. Now here we need to create a div which is image container. Then we need to create another div which is image. In it we need to create, I would rather give the divs, I have to name overlay. So overlay, and we need them to be 4 specifically. And here they are. So I'll give them a, you can say, common name and a unique name. So the common name is overlay and the unique name is as per the numbering. So 4th. Let's save it. And we also need to add an image tag, as it is obvious that we need to add an image tag. And I would take the image from here, this link, which I also used in previous videos, as it makes my task rather easier. So let's paste it and save it. Now we can close the sidebar. And if we go back to, you can say, experiment 3, where's it? Okay, we need to, yeah, now it is here. And open the HTML. As you can see the image, but you can't see the overlay divs. The reason behind it is we haven't even given them some size. We have to give them some size to make them appear. So yeah, that's it for the HTML. Now it's turn for the CSS. So we will go with body, and as always, display flex, justify content center, align item center, and we have to give a height which is 100 VH. If in case you are confused that what is this 100 VH, you can see a dedicated video I created on this. So let's save it, and now let's see it. Now as you can see, it's in the center of the entire screen. As we gave the size 100 VH, so it has to be in the center, both horizontally and vertically. Now it's turn for the image container to have some properties. So the properties it should have are image container. So first I'll give it some width. So the width should obviously be equal to what the width of the image we have given, so that it looks almost fully covered. Although we'll be doing some things, and I have, okay, I'll do this later on so that I can show you how the effect looks in a raw form. So image container, and we have to access the image div in it. You can straight ahead write dot image, there is no such compulsion, but I'm just used to of changing my coding habits after a small interval of time. So we have to write position, and position should be relative, and the padding at bottom should be at 100%. These are just like, they are conditional, like they wouldn't be useful all the time. They just work when they are quite a lot needed, although they aren't needed right now. But if we end up making some changes, maybe we need them. So I'm just doing in advance. Although I have no plans of making it like expanding the video without any reason. I have no plans about it. So now width, and width would again be 100%. Next comes object fit. Okay, so object fit should be cover, so that it covers the entire div. And we also want it to be at left 0 and top 0. Wait, I didn't even give the position. My bad. Also, as a fact, this, you can't say it is entirely my idea. Like, I saw some reel on Instagram which sparked up the creativity inside my mind, and I felt like, yes, I can make some changes and make it mine. It was really different from this one, but you can say it was primitive form of the effect I created. Now we have to do transform scale 0.9. This simply makes the size smaller. Like if I show you using inspect and using this, you can see that this is the entire body and this is the entire image div, but the image is smaller than the image div. The only reason is that transform we have put, and I only put it because of the reason I wanted to enlarge when hovered over. Sorry for my voice if it isn't in a good form today. I'm struggling with my throat. I can't help that. Also, we'll add a filter. First, we would use a grayscale and put the value 1 so that the image is grayscaled, like in black and white form, quite much. In case you never heard what grayscale is, that is simply the black and white form. That's it. And we'll put the brightness to 30%. So if I show you the image now, it somehow has no. Okay, it was already a grayscale. Wait. Okay, we'll counter the problem later on. I don't know what the problem is, although. Now, next comes transition. I want all the transitions to work at the same time, so I would simply give transition and let's give 6 seconds. Like in the one I showed you before, it is at 6 seconds only because I want that overlay to get away by that time. And then I want some effects to be visible. So now it's time for the overlay. Let's still save it. Now it's turn for overlay. So overlay, obviously a display would be at flex. else they would all appear in a line, which wouldn't look good according to me. It's your wish how you want it to look. And then transform. I wanted to transform at, I wanted to rotate at 45 degrees and also make it appear. So width, how many should I give? Let's give 200 pixels. And the same height, which is 200 pixels. And then a background color. I would give it black as I gave in the original one. So this is currently how it looks because we haven't given it any, you can say, proper space. I know it looks like absolute ruckus, but believe me, it is going to look better, a lot better. So we also have to give some opacity, which is 1. And we have to give a transition. So transition, again, all. We want it to be 3 seconds and ease in out. Also, as we need to provide it some position which is above our image, so we'll give position absolute. Okay, so now it's turn for their individual properties. So I'll give it some top value which is 0 pixels. I know it sounds absurd, but it is what it is. This is what worked as per my idea. So now second, now we have to put top, like there's no compulsion that in which order we want them to be. You can put the second one at bottom or anywhere, it's your wish. Just remember to keep all, like each corner should have a div. That's it. That's the only condition I want you to follow. So bottom, again 0 pixels. And then I'll give it left 0 pixels. Then comes fourth, which should have bottom 0 pixels and right 0 pixels. Okay, so let's save it. Let's see it. This is what it looks like currently. Although it is giving the same effect like vibes, but still there is a lot difference because it isn't changing on hover. We need to make it change on hover also. So we'll do image, then hover. We want the overlay to be affected first. You can do it with image also, like as the chronological order does not matter at all here. So we'll do opacity, and the opacity should go to 0. And I want the width and height to expand, so I'll give 500 pixels. You can give any value like 1000 pixels, 1 million pixels, it doesn't matter if your computer can support it. That's a condition that if your computer can support it, then do it. As you can see how the effect looks, and it is really good according to me, although you can make changes because it's your wish. Just for once, I'll do one thing, take its opacity to 0.1. Like I want to see how it looks as a completed product. And as you can see, it is like crosses, crossing crosses. That sounded weird. I know. So let's save it. And now the properties of image hover for the image. So image, now we'll change the filter to grayscale 0. Although I don't know why it wasn't working, but still we have to put it at 0 now. And brightness should be at obviously 100%. Now we want the transform to also work. So transform scale 1. Let's save it. Let's now see how it looks. As you can see, it is revealing itself quite good. Now you can see the difference, that why we have some changes there. Like in the original one, they weren't like overflowing the container, but currently they are. So that was the one thing that I left in the beginning because I wanted to show you how it looks. Why did I write image? So we have to do overflow hidden. And now if we save it, this is how it looks like. It looks quite sci-fi according to me. Although it could be my, you can say, I know what I want to say. I simply don't know. We can do some like a little bit experiment with it. So let's copy it and paste it. Now all we want to do is too much for a video. That was a slight joke, which I know wasn't good at all. So what I'm doing is over, and I would simply copy and paste all the properties from overlay. So let's copy it, paste it. This is an entire experiment. You can, if you want, or you can leave it if you don't want to do some random things that you don't even know what the outcome will be. So I'll give it a color. Let's give it white color. And as it has the same properties as first, second, third, fourth, so it will follow it all. But I haven't given the, you can say, what was the name? I haven't given the hover property, so it won't hover at all. And why is it at black color? Okay, I gave, bro, what is this behavior? As you can see, now we have a white colored also inside it. And now when we hover, these white ones do not disappear because of an obvious reason. We haven't given it some hover property. So let's give it some hover property. Dot over. My brain is literally saying to do the same thing once more. Let's copy it, paste, and we can decrease the, so let's save it and let's see how it looks. This is how it looks, and this is when we hover. The effect has got even better, to be honest. It has got better. You can't deny that fact. Just see those colors, like, seriously. And now once again, I would be doing the same thing. Just because I don't know why I am feeling that it is looking good. So I would be working until it doesn't look good anymore, maybe. So let's save it. And now I would simply copy and paste these properties. So so lay, then this. And now we'll decrease the size even further. So 100, 100. And we'll also change the color again. I don't know what's in my mind. Not gonna lie. Even I don't know how it is going to look. It is just extreme experimenting. Like I'm experimenting on an experiment. And this is how it looks. Not bad. Whoa. It really looks good. You can see how those colors are mixing, and that really looks good. Like, let's do one thing. Yep, let's do this. I'm thinking of something which I'm going to try. Sorry if it feels like a time waste to you. I can't control myself in such things. So, no, not 000, F1. And you will see the idea shortly. Save it. And now let's see. As you can see, what has my brain created? This isn't some kind of, you can say, self-praise. It's my serious reaction that what have I created. So see this. Let's do one thing. For once, I'm going to remove the overlay hidden. And let's see what is it. Whoa, it's even better. Seriously, it's better. I didn't even thought that it would look this good. Not gonna lie. Ow. It's really, really good. Like, what would be the size? What would be the width and height? And okay, let's keep it for another video. I'll recreate this and go further with this same effect. So stay tuned to see what else I create out of this horrendous mind. I don't know what I'll end up with. So see you in the next episode. Till then, bye.